What's up and welcome back to the channel. The name is Ninja Knight. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell up above for future uploads. Check out the links posted in the description down below. Consider joining the channel today, and thank you to everyone who supports the channel. So here we have the first images on shelf of the Mcfarlane DC Multiverse The Flash and the DC Multiverse Gorilla Grodd. Now, as you can see from the comments that I've made up here, I think that this is an absolute joke. Mcfarlane has had a year now at this line to get the scaling issues under control and has released wave after wave with a variety of problems. He's included the likes of double knees, double elbows, some articulation points that don't even work, that sometimes look even worse than they do, and certainly then scaling, in my opinion, has been one of his biggest issues within this line. This is a guy who has decided himself, because there are a lot of apologists that are out there, a lot of Mcfarlane fanboys that will absolutely tell people that they are wrong to criticise Mcfarlane in any way, shape or form. This is something I do not understand, and if you are a fanboy of Mcfarlane and if you're an apologist of Mcfarlane, drop a comment below and let me know why, because that's something that I will always ask people. You have card art that is appearing with these figures that is telling you, for example, that the likes of the Flash is 5'11", and then you have card art that's coming with other characters like Batman that's saying he's 6'2", but then the likes of the Flash is taller than Batman then in the action figure. How does that work out? Now what you're seeing here now, in my opinion, is another joke, which is the Flash here now is absolutely enormous in comparison to Gorilla Grodd. This is a gorilla wearing armour, and the gorilla is tiny in comparison to the Flash. This is inexcusable in my opinion, and this is something that I think I've seen a lot of people talk about online, that this should have been a figure, particularly Gorilla Grodd, that maybe he should have waited and put into a deluxe line. So we've recently seen that we have Steppenwolf and Darkseid that are going to be in a $40 price bracket, that they're going to be larger, and a lot of people seem to be happy with that. Some people are saying that maybe that they should have waited and put the likes of the Devastator, Batman and Gorilla Grodd into that line, and I'm in full agreement there. If you're going to get a bigger scaling of these characters, and these characters are going to be in scale and they're at a higher price point, so be it, that's no problem. But when you decided then to pour out the Gorilla Grodd that you have here, he's more like Gorilla Monkey rather than Gorilla Grodd, because it's so small that you have this version of the Flash then that's towering over it that looks a lot bigger than him. Why would the Flash take this character seriously whatsoever? Then you have the issue then that is cropping up that I'm going to talk about in the next video, which is the Justice League scaling. You have the likes of the Ezra Miller Flash that is nearly the same height as the Jason Momoa Aquaman. It's ridiculous stuff. And this is something that needs to get addressed really quickly by Mcfarlane Toys. Now, I know people are out there not hearing this from various other reviewers, and a lot of other reviewers are keeping stum, and that's not to be taking a dig at any of those reviewers. Some people like to get things for free and like to get things from handouts from the companies. That's fine, that's their own thing. But I'm being critical of this, and I'm being honest about this. This isn't representative of what we would like as fans. When you're saying the likes of Marvel Legends, and although they are not perfect, they certainly do adhere to a scaling system. You will not see the likes of Colossus be smaller than the likes of Cyclops. You will not see the Juggernaut be smaller than the likes of Peter Parker. That's inexcusable to do something like this, in my opinion, and that is something that this line needs to be talked about, and it needs to be hammered home to Todd Mcfarlane. You will get apologists out there that will say, well, it's only a $20 figure, what do you expect? Well, I expect then at this stage then to move it up, upgrade it then into a $40 figure and make it then bigger, because then I think everybody would be happy as a result. This to me is a very big disappointment. This was a character I was looking forward to seeing in person and being able to purchase. I'm not interested in it now whatsoever. And this is another figure, Gorilla Grodd, by the way, that he's planning on releasing in another line in a different colour. I think it's some sort of Walmart exclusive or Target exclusive in a silver armour. So that's two passes that have been made of Gorilla Grodd. No interest. The Flash looks okay. I think it certainly looks awkward. Whatever sort of way they decide to put him into the packaging certainly looks odd. This was something that we've seen beforehand that seemed to be a hunchback that he had. I don't know whether they fixed it. I don't know from this image if they have done. I think overall the suit looks nice. The torso cut does look decent. I think this could be probably the winner out of the two of them. Depends on if it has double elbows, which it seems to have, and double knees, which it seems to have. But I hope the articulation is good, because what we've been seeing from some of the running figures, and particularly figures that need to lift their legs high, is they can't get past the cod piece, or as I like to call it, the nappy that they're wearing, and it's very difficult then to have a good looking running pose, particularly with these characters. It's good to see that it has effects with it. I think that that's great. No extra hands though. There's no hands, it seems to be coming with this, that are splayed out that like he's running. There's some sort of grip hand and a fist hand. I don't know what the story is with this. This is the same man, and this is why I keep talking about this, and people are saying, well, you might be a bit harsh on Todd McFarlane. No, this is the same man that constantly says in videos how super cool his figures are, and how he can stand up down to the likes of the $80 figures, that he's able to match them, that he's able to do better than them. I've yet to see that. There's not one figure that I've seen from McFarlane that I've said, Mafex can't do that better, or I would buy that now over a Mafex. Not one. The likes of the Snyder Cut figures, for example, I'll wait and see what Mafex do with that, rather than putting in a big hefty pre-order down for the McFarlane Snyder Cut figures. That's how it is. So I think that this is something McFarlane needs to get under control really quickly. I think that this scaling is absolutely horrific. I think he needs to sort this out ASAP. This is something that people need to be telling him respectfully, and that's something I'm always going to say. I think that they respectfully need to be telling them in the likes of comments that this isn't good enough, that the scaling isn't good enough, and that people are annoyed by that. The message is getting through over the last year. Now, this is a guy that has been in action figures over 30 years from his own admission. This isn't like he's new to this game. This isn't like this is a guy that doesn't really know what he's doing. He is 30 years in this game. He should know what to do. He should know what fans expect. I'm personally at the point in time now where I hope DC or whoever's in charge, Warner Brothers, don't renew the license with him. I would rather see the likes of Hasbro or someone else get the license now rather than McFarlane. It's been a year of it now. I've personally had enough of it. Some of it looks good, I will admit. Some of it I will purchase in the future, and there certainly is some interesting stuff that's coming. Absolutely. But ultimately, I think this is going to go into year 2. I haven't seen a drastic improvement after a year. I've seen small improvements, not drastic ones that he's been promising. And certainly then I hope after year 3 that that's going to be it. I hope it's going to be done. And I think I'm not the only person that feels like that. There's been a hefty presence of Batman within the waves, which is fair enough. But then he's saying then hypocritical things like you need an A, B and a C character in each wave. Well, you keep releasing the Batman, the Joker and certain other characters. Where's everybody else? Where's the likes of the Red Lanterns? I'd rather him at this stage now do the likes of Dr. Fate. I would like to see him doing Red Lanterns. I would love to see Atrocitus. I think McFarlane is at his best when he does monstrous looking characters. It's disappointing to see that this is underscaled. Maybe it's something that he could look at in the future, that he could say, well, I'll upscale it and I can release it at the $40 price point. Everyone's happy then. Maybe a swappable head. The lack of accessories that come with Grodd also, to me, certainly would raise question marks. Yes, it's an all-new sculpt. Yes, it's a specific sculpt. Perhaps there's 1 or 2 pieces that he could reuse in a different venture. We do know a repaint is coming. But all we have now is Grodd that's completely undersized. That looks a little bit ridiculous in my opinion. He's more like Monkey Grodd. I know I said earlier on Gorilla Monkey, but like Monkey Grodd rather than Gorilla Grodd. And I think that this is something that needs to be checked, and people need to be respectfully telling him and the company, look, this needs to improve, because I can see a lot of people walking away from this. Anyway, I'm going to leave the video there. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell up above for future uploads. Check out the links posted in the description down below. Consider joining the channel today. Drop a comment below and I'll talk to you later. Good luck.